All right, all right. I swear I won't take all day doing the doing the intro part. Oh my goodness. Hurry up. Start talking. Tale of Three Knives. It's a tale of three knives. So I do a lot of leathercraft on the channel, and when I do leathercraft, I prefer to do things that are different. And when I say custom, people ask, "Do you do leather work for subscribers?" Of course I do, and it has to be something weird. I don't like doing stuff that's just kind of normal, like plain Jane, stuff you can kind of get on Etsy. I like doing weird stuff, like add a bunch of crazy stuff. So I've got the Tale of Three Knives. You guys like these, right? This is kind of cool. Here's the orange one, little Morris. These are really cool. Yeah. Ibris. I know I'm going to screw that down. Butcher names. I've got 3 of them here. I picked up some of these. I thought they were kind of neat. I know. Leathercraft, and then I'm going to include something like this. This is cool because it's got your whistle. This is... Okay. I got to calm down. Let's just go back for a minute here. This is one of the knives I did a while back, and everyone thought this was like the coolest thing since individually sliced cheese. So, wrapped cheese or sliced bread, maybe. Anyway, so it's got these like, this is a fly fishing magnet for your, it's an attachment for your net when you're fly fishing. I used to fly fish. I got tails for days. Anyway, big fish tails. There's your magnet. It holds up to like 5, some hold 10 pounds or 6 pounds, 7 pounds. It just depends on which one you get. Got a pace counter here. I've got some survival cord. Over here, this is a sun compass, or a sundial type thing. It basically, if you hold it up in the light, it'll give you the calendar date and time and everything just by holding up. You can wear it as a ring, or you can just put it on. I thought it was cool, so it's a conversation piece. This is an OTS, I think, something like that, survival type thing. It's got a sharpener. It's got your ferrule rod, and it's got a tool for cleaning weapons and stuff. Just a simple Bic lighter. Got to have your duct tape. Duct tape will catch fire. I don't care who wants to argue with me. I can actually get it to go up with a ferrule rod. If you do it correctly, you've got to split it in fine little pieces, but it will go up. I've done it on the channel before. I had to prove it to everyone, and I can't prove it to everyone because no one will watch that video. No one cares. This is a Stay Sharp. These types of tools here, I've got a video just on that, sharpening scissors and stuff, but it's really great for your ferrule rod. It's almost instant. On the inside here, I made all this stuff here. Made this. This has got a full little survival kit inside of it. You know, the tiny one that aggravates you because it's too small and you drop everything in the woods and you die eventually. There's your compass. Pretty hefty compass, not one of those cheap ones. And there's and I've featured this on the channel quite a bit. It's one of my favorite neck knives. I like this thing. And you look very official when you gotta look the part. All right, so I'm gonna do something like that, but this is for my kids. My kids, they're always seeing me like clean rabbits, because I do that and cook them, and then the other day this conversation come up. They saw me I was cleaning. There was a rooster getting on my nerves, so I decided to clean it, and the kids got to experience their first experience with that, and they're like, "Is that really all there is to it?" Yeah, just pulling feathers out and stuff. You save some of these, you might want to make some arrows out of some fletchings. But anyways, they're experiencing all this stuff, and they're like, "Dad, when will we get our own knives?" And I said, I'll give you some proper training with a knife, and I figured this would be the right size. Nice little knife for camping. So I went with something that had a whistle. Kids need whistles. You got to teach them the lessons of the road, of the woods. And it has an LED light here. It also has an SOS. Some other features. Ferro rod, right? And you've got your, you know, other little attachments here and stuff. You can find these on Amazon, but they come with all this hardware, and they were like just a few bucks, and you can just, I mean, it's way cheaper than trying to gather up all these little, because I tried piece parting it. I was like, hey, I need this. I'm going to show you building it in just a second. It's not that big of a deal, but you might learn something. I went with these instead of the, you know, there's more adult style, and then there's like a kid's style. So I kind of went with this style here because it's kind of, it's the same concept. I just might have to super glue those magnets in place because I'm not sure if they're going to hold that great. But there's that. I'm going to go with some, just a backup flashlight. I'm doing some, I got 2 O lights and a through night, and you can't really tell the difference. The green one's a through night. You can't tell the difference in them. They look the same, believe it or not. I was going to do these neck ferro rod. I probably won't. I don't know if I will. And I've already started the cases. I know I'm procrastinating again. Y'all are going to get mad. These, I've already started the cases. That's all you got to do. You get them wet, tack them down, let them set for a while. There's the little tins, little survival tins. I'm not going to get too crazy with it, just something simple. I might throw a couple of fishing hooks in there and some water purification tablets. You got to have those. Oh gosh, excuse me. I had nachos. I'm sorry. It's my fault. All right, I'm going to get started. Hang in there. This is another version I made a while back. It just, the way it works, it just slips on. And they sell these things, but they're expensive. Like this whole setup, it's like the price of the blade goes up like 50% just by adding this. Is crazy. But this would just snap here. And then I had this real simple pouch I made, and it would just go like that. And then you just lace it up. Real simple, right? I don't want to do that today. I want it to be difficult. So I had to find some thinner material. I found some scraps. It's got little sprinkles of all kinds of stuff on it. And looks like I got 3 of the perfect sizes to wrap around. That's what you need. Then you got to put your pouches in place, and you've got to put your flap. So I've got to get that out of the way, and also include a place for a flashlight. That was the other thing. I want them to have an extra flashlight that's not like this little, I don't trust these little things here. See, that already fell out. Where is it at? There it is. See what I mean? I mean, it's cool and all, but you've got to pull these. You got to pull these tabs first, and then put them back in place. Let's turn it like this. Looks cooler like that. I don't know. Is that going to be upside down? I'm not sure. I think this upside down. The way I'm going to build it. Let's do it like that. Watch, I probably got it wrong. All right. Yeah, see? And it does a little SOS thing. Anyways, those batteries might not last long. So let's do something a little more serious. So we're going to do the AAA. There we go. The top part's very tricky because it's not just a square, because the angle of this, you're going to want to see this. There's your top part. There's that. Bring it to right about here, because that's going to stop it from falling. And then go around to the back and wrap them together. Try to. Let's see if I pulled that off. Wrap them together like that. See how they kind of come together like a line. Well, you're going to be doing afterwards, you're going to do some holes, and you're going to have to lace that up. But first off, you've got your pattern. So the best way to get your straight line straight down from your, is when you want to get this line here, when you fold over, just set your ruler on there, and then don't use a pin, use your punch to just kind of mark your leather and get your line. Otherwise you might make some mistakes. You might have to cut it off, or it's too short because you've got markings everywhere. And then you get your template made. All you gotta do, if you're making multiple, take your template, stick it on another one, cut it out to match, repeat process until you're done with your base. And then match your base up. Make sure you put your snaps in first, otherwise you're going to corner yourself and you won't be able to get that in there. So you're going to want to punch your hole, put your snap in before you mount that. Otherwise you're going to have a really hard time doing that. I always do that with my projects. I do that part first, and I also do the flap first before I even mount anything. So looks something like this. There's your flaps, snaps, and I did the holes. Now I have to adhere this to here and get my holes stitching. And well, of course you're going to want to put that on first, but how you would do that, I'll show. Size it up with a tin that you're going to use. Just slide it in there. Make sure you got some room. I know I'm fidgeting now. It always goes so much easier, doesn't it? So you can put it on the inside to hide it. That's what I was thinking of doing. The inside there. Let me line it up. Well, it looks somewhat right. Just put it in there behind there. No one's going to see it. It's not going to be seen. And then they'll be out of your way when you pop this, and you're not trying to fight this to get your tin out. It's nice and open in there. But there we go. The hard part over with. Now I've got paracording to do. Standard outdoor gear. This has got your survival cord, fishing line, and snare wire, and is it fire cord? Yeah, snare wire, fishing line. Yeah. Anyway, that's all in there, and that's how those turned out. Real simple design. I haven't figured out what I'm doing with the flashlight yet. It's hanging there. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Mounted the compass through the loop, and for this, all you do is just clip it just like that. Same at the top. It's got to come down. You got to make room for it or it won't fit. And I've got to make a lanyard for the knife itself. It just snaps together like that. Pretty nifty. Crazy design. Never made anything that crazy for a Mora before. This will be my first. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I don't think you can find this on Etsy. So like I said, I make weird stuff. So kids are loving it. I already showed the kids. They're like, that is so crazy. It's all in there. Yep. Everything you need to go camping right there. Now, like I said, I've got these magnetic things. I'm not using these carabiners. I'll lose that in a minute, but I'll show you a wrapping technique when I reach the end here. Thing for this you're going to want to do is the obvious. Show you something else. I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. I probably won't need this, but this is my fid. I just use, it's from an old cleaning rod. It's got a threaded end, weapons cleaning rod, but I might need that. So I'm just getting prepared for that moment. Now, just gotta get the knife out. This will probably slip right off if I pull on it. It's designed to, once it's dry, to be able to take everything off of it, wash it, put it all back on. That's what it's for. I wanted these to be able to slide off, so you can slide all this stuff off and clean your knife case. Yeah, see, way easier. So you can see the point coming in there. I don't know if it's going to work. Last time I had a lot of problems trying to get a piece of paracord to go through there. They put those nice little holes there, but they don't tell you how to get your paracord through the hole. There's that, and then we'll come back around. I'll gather what I need, and then let's see, one side comes up. That's right. I'll use one. You got two. You got to do two different things, two separate things. That's how that works. I'm showing you all this. I know I don't care about the video if it's long. I'm showing you all this because I feel like it's required. Someone's going to want to know how the man did that crap. How did you do that crap? That's the key thing here. All right, that should be enough. I think that's plenty in a survival scenario for the, was it the left side, whatever. And then we're going to have to do the right side. So I'll have to come back up here in a minute. Let's just try and gather up enough to do the other side. That should be enough. Scissors. Seems tedious, but this survival stuff should be fun. You should be having fun doing this stuff. Even if this is just for yourself and not your kids. I mean, you're still having, you're still having fun doing this stuff. It's not supposed to be hard and crazy and whatever. This stuff takes days for me to make because I have to design this stuff. I can't just spit this stuff out real quick. That's what I was telling Tops Knives, because I work with them. I like doing their sheath designs for these crazy builds. I like doing those. And the people who make those knives, those crazy dudes that do the field testing, special forces guys and stuff, to hear them come back and say, dude, that knife sheath was crazy. It's just, that's all you need right there for me. That's all I needed to hear. It's just cool to hear stuff like that from folks. To hear compliments from folks. So that's why I don't mind showing it, how much time it takes. Alright, because someone out there probably doesn't have a lot of money and they can't just afford to buy all this stuff. And I'm right there with you. I have to ask companies to help me out here and there. I wouldn't be able to do this on my own, and if it wasn't for the subscribers and Patreon and stuff like that, I wouldn't have any help. This stuff costs too much, but I like showing this stuff. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and let's just get that knife out of the way. I don't want anything happening to it while I'm working here. All right, so that's the way it is. That'll work like that. Now you want to take, just take this, put the two together, and just go down your line and see where you need to pull. See? I needed to pull. I don't even know if I'm going to need all this and don't care. And whatever you do, don't buy Titan survival cord. Those clowns. Bunch of kids work for those guys. I don't know what's wrong with those guys. They got a really big attitude with me. I was asking them about some cordage. I'm like, what the heck? Who am I talking to? I felt like I was talking to a child. So I don't even do business with Titan survival cord anymore. I go to other off-brands. It's like, really? Who are you guys? All right, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. All right, I got a line here. I don't know which one I grabbed. Let's see. Let's save the red for the reddish, actually. Let's do blue for that blue blade. Let's do the green, since that one's got a green flashlight. That's all I can do. We can take these off now. We do not need all this crap. Now, I just found these. These were in a 3-pack. They were super cheap. I got them. These are just for the kids. I hope this fits and I don't have to drill it. Good. I hate that crap. Alright, sizing her up. Right about there. And then let's go ahead and get our other one going here. It's good to show. You'll learn something. And this is how I do this part. Now, as you were, I should probably do some beads. I'm going to regret it if I don't. Let me hang tight. I felt like I was at Mardi Gras in kind of a weird... I said, hey girls, give me some beads. Like, My wife's like, who you yelling at? Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, man. It's a good thing Joe Biden isn't here. All right. So, there's that. I know. I'm a lot of fun to work with. You could put this on here. I just wanted to share. It's a spare ferrule rod. With the ferrule rod that's already in there, it's not required. I don't know if these are going to fit. Now, this is for the boy, so I'm going to need to do something boy related. He's probably not going to want his covered in skulls either. Let's just sprinkle some beads down and see what I can come up with. I know there's a lot of Lucky Charms going on there. Let's just do like some yellows and stuff. But you're going to make a pace counter. You want to count your pace, and it's every other left foot hits the deck. You know, count, and then from there, I know I'm giving a class on pace counting, but I have a pace counting video if you need to see that. But yeah, you know, 1, and you count, and you get once you get to like your 100, then you go ahead and you bring 1 down, and then when you get all 9 of those down, you'll have one side that's got 9. Get all those 9 down, then that's your 100, and you pull your other one down, and you start over again. To get to exactly a mile, I have to put 5, because you won't get to a mile using 4, so it cuts you short. So to get the mile, you're going to have to add a 5th bead to the right side that you drop down. So I know I had to learn. I just learned that in the civilian world from doing this sort of stuff, and I just wanted to know while I was hiking as well, what is it? How do you get to, you know, how many beads do I need to get to a mile? So I would need 5 on the other side. 9 is your pace. Every 100, count, drop. Anyways, like I said, I've got a video for that. It explains in better detail instead of just kind of spitting it out. All right, so right now I'm going to get these beads on, and then I'm going to show you the wrap. All right, so I've got some beads in place here for the pace counter, and I think I got that in the right spot. Let's hope so. That's the size. I just used one of my kids' necks to help me out with that. So there's that one, and then I need to come over here and put this on this side. Just get it out of the way, you know. And you kind of have an idea. That way I don't lose my place. So I want them to be the same, like that, so they kind of line up correctly. There's all that cord. It's fun to battle the magnets, I'm telling you. All right, now that's out of my way. So here's your wrap. All right, see if I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. All right, so you're going to take this extra cord and just start folding it into itself like this, and this you'll make like this long, because you're going to have a lot of extra cord. Now back here, that should be enough for a survival scenario. You don't want it too thick, and you just take this, and then you just go like that. You just start wrapping. All right. So, get it to where you can actually work with it. I showed wrapping on the last one. I showed you guys how to do the sailor's braid. And I know somebody wanted to know. Now see, I'm just wrapping it, but it's tight. It was tight. All right. So, up and over, you just continue that. And then you reach the end. You'll reach the end. I'm going to show you when I get to the end. Now, when you get to the end, you're going to want to I hope I did this right and I didn't screw this up. We've got one of these, like I said. This makes life a little bit easier. Hey kid, want to help me out? Sure. I was going to have you screw this on here because I couldn't. Alright. Go straight through with your feet. It might help. Alright, now, where's my pliers? These are going to come in handy for this next project. Alright. It's one of these. One of these is going to pull it tight or it's going to slide. So you just have to figure out which one's which. Okay, that slid. I found the one that makes it slide. Let's pull it back. There we go. Now, let's get the other one. There we go. That's the one that pulls it tight. Ta-da! See, now it's nice and tight. And it's not going to go anywhere. And you can take this off now. Get your scissors. Cut off your excess. I know I wasted a lot of it, didn't I? That's not enough to lace your boot with. You'll be alright. You can barely tie your breeches together with that. Like Jethro. Alright. I wanted it to be flush. Because it's going to be a long time before anyone ever tears it apart. Alright. So now, kind of pull it in a little bit. Right there. And there. Pull this off. Now I have to do the same thing over here. Same exact distance. You're going to do the same exact distance. I'll bring that to you so you can see it. You're going to do the same exact distance. Now it's adjustable. You can actually bring this up and down if your neck gets bigger or whatever. You need it to sag lower. All you do is just pull it out and it'll bring down. I'm going to put a little more slack in the other side so it gives it a little bit more room to move around. All right. But real quick, I want to make sure I said this. Start from the top where your lanyard connection is. Don't start from the bottom. It won't end up the same. It kind of gets screwed up because you won't have the two to pull. It's easier to just go to the bottom. Anyways, if that makes sense. And see, now I just, boom. Perfect design. And then if I need to take some, make an adjustment for the neck size, just give it a pull. If I want it wider, then just pull it again. So it works just like that. You stop acting crazy. All right, there's that one. I got to finish the rest of them now. Probably show it better now. It's hard to get the right light. All right, there they are. This is, got a little blue lanyard here, one girl child here, and I did a little bit thinner wrap for the girls. One girl child here, and then one boy child. His is a little bit thicker, and I did his in a standard bead, and I'm pretty sure I didn't want butterflies on his. But anyways, that sums it up. I did a reverse, so the flashlight will shine down as they're walking, and the lanyards can like connected here so they can't lose it. And then if they need to, they just uncouple it, slide it up, and it just comes right off. Then you take it off. Pretty cool, huh? Got some butterfly beads for those of you. A nice little glitter bead over here. These all glow in the dark. These do. I think both of those do. It's the only ones I could find. These are just mixed, random whatevers. But yeah, put all their little initials on each one of theirs. Just all you have to do is take that off, you know. You can just run it through here. Had one of the kids help me do that. Pretty cool. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it helps out. Hope you make a project. Please share, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Rainbows and unicorns. God bless. Take care.